Reggae Just Extra with Ras Dennis.
There are stories in reggae that rise like morning sun, and there are stories that fall like a knife in the dark. This one is the latter.
Get me with the music straight to the heart. I can feel it now. Just listen to this song right now. Reggae music are the #1 sound. Get me.
It begins not on a stage, not in the warmth of music, but in the cold pulse of Amsterdam's Dam Square, where cobblestones remember everything, especially the things we wish to forget. And standing at the center of this storm was a man named Nicardo Papa Blake, a father, a promoter, a man with dreams as wide as the Atlantic. A man who should have been dead. But he survived. Barely. And now, after years of silence, he steps forward to say the words that shake the entire reggae world. I forgive Jah Cure, but I will never forget. My name is Ras Dennis, and you're watching Reggae Just Extra, your #1 source for music, facts, and culture. Here, we journey into the untold chapters, the unseen corners, the forgotten heroes of Jamaica's creative history.
Reggae Just Extra, your home for stories that live in the heart of reggae.
Before the blood, before the betrayal, there was business. Jah Cure had approached Blake for help, bookings, shows, opportunities. Blake didn't want to do it at first. Cure is a problem. Every time he comes, something always happens. But a mutual link, Boy, smoothed the edges, and suddenly a massive opportunity opened, Melkweg, Amsterdam. A venue where tickets fly like prayer and talent is king. The deal was clear. €5,000. Cash delivered. Flyers printed. Tickets selling. But when Jah Cure realized the prestige of the venue, everything changed. If you put me in Melkweg, you can't pay me €5,000. You must pay me €10,000. Then came the new demand, pay my band too. The promoters stared at each other. This wasn't negotiation. This was pressure. Still, to protect their name, they agreed. The band would get €500. Cure would perform. Reputation intact. Or so they thought. After the show, a night that should have ended in applause, chaos erupted. The band suddenly demanded €1,500, triple the agreed amount. To avoid scandal, the promoters paid €2,000, band plus Cure's final deposit, via transfer. But Cure wanted more. €500 cash, immediately. Then €2,000 more the next morning for travel expenses. He claimed he couldn't access the bank transfer. And when Blake refused, reality turned violent. The reggae star sent voice notes, threats, fury, words sharp enough to cut. Blake never released them. Never used them in court. I was leaving the case alone, he said. But silence cannot stop destiny. Blake remembers it like yesterday, because trauma etches itself deeper than ink. He had gone out earlier with his son. Ran an errand. Tried to make peace with the situation. Then went to Dam Square to meet Jah Cure. He expected conversation. Not war. Cure stood behind two men, silent as a shadow. Blake stood before Pinko, the man whose account he had transferred the money into. Pinko, why didn't you just give Cure the money? He didn't even finish the sentence. A hand shot out from between the two men. A flash of steel. A voice filled with venom. Cure used the P word and Papa. And then, the stab. Cold. Fast. Deadly. Blake looked down and saw his life leaking out of him. The world slowed. People screamed. Amsterdam held its breath. Later, doctors told him the truth that chills souls. If Jah Cure stabbed you with just a little more force, the blade would have gone straight into your heart. You would not be alive. Survival? Pure miracle. The Netherlands Court of Appeal detailed, with chilling precision, the extent of the wounds Blake sustained, injuries so severe they read like the aftermath of a battlefield strike. His retroperitoneum was pierced. His stomach was perforated from both the anterior and posterior sides. Surgeons were forced to close the stomach walls, the retroperitoneum, and the left rectus muscle, leaving behind a long, disfiguring scar stretching from beneath his chest down to his lower abdomen. The ruling noted that the consequences didn't end there. Blake endured persistent, agonizing pain long after the attack and had to undergo an additional surgery in 2024 to address complications caused by the stab wound. Yet, despite the trauma carved into his body, Blake insists he holds no malice toward Jah Cure. None of the threatening voice notes Cure sent to his phone, messages that could have weighed heavily in court, were ever released or used against him. According to Blake, the entire tragedy was born from a twisted misunderstanding on the artist's part. His argument is that I robbed him and didn't pay him, and that itself is a lie, Blake said. The only reason we had any contention at all was because he asked me for more money and I said no. I told him I wouldn't work with him anymore. I canceled the Africa shows, and he got pissed. At first, the lower court ruled Jah Cure didn't commit premeditated attempted murder. He was convicted, but not for the worst charge. 6 years. But prosecutors appealed. They brought evidence, threatening voice notes sent hours before the ambush. And in October 2025, the truth hit like thunder. The Amsterdam Court of Appeal overturned the earlier ruling. Jah Cure was guilty of attempted murder. The sentence, 8 years and 4 months. His second 8-year imprisonment. The court also ordered him to pay Blake €9,452.49. He hasn't received a cent. People have attacked Blake online for years, accusing him of shady business, calling him a liar, saying he owed Cure money. But today he clears it with calm clarity. I owe him nothing. I never did. He admits something else too, a truth many won't believe. I forgive him. But forgiveness is not forgetting. Forgiveness is not erasing the fear of dying in broad daylight. Forgiveness is not pretending a knife never touched your skin. Everything that happened to Jah Cure, he did it to himself, Blake said. And still, through all the scars, Blake chooses peace over vengeance. Fans want to defend their hero. Others want to demonize him. But Blake's lawyer, Bauman, offers one final plea: be fair. Look at the facts. A man was stabbed. In public. In daytime. And almost died. Justice has been served. Jah Cure has been judged. And Nicardo Papa Blake has told his truth. A truth sharpened by betrayal, softened by forgiveness, but forever marked by a scar that whispers every night, I survived. That's it for this episode. You've been watching Reggae Gist Extra, where we bring you the untold stories behind the music, the legends, and the culture we love. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a positive comment down below. Until next time, stay blessed, stay conscious, and keep the roots alive. Rastafari.
People are get out of control when reggae music have them under control. Rastafari, behold, 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 behold.